Meet Laura Ingalls, the little girl who would grow up to write the Little House books. Wolves and panthers and bears roamed the deep Wisconsin woods in the late 1870s. In those same woods, Laura lives with Pa and Ma and her sisters Mary and baby Carrie in a snug little house built of logs. Pa hunts and traps, Ma makes her own cheese and butter. All night long, the wind howls lonesomely, but Pa plays the fiddle and sings, keeping the family safe and cozy. Hi, I'm Nova.
And I'm Rachel,
Welcome to Novel Nostalgia.
where we talk about the books that make us nostalgic.
I don't know if did you ever see the TV show Little House on the Prairie?
Mm-mm.
No. Okay. That was like based off of this series. It's a little series, and it's
Mm-hmm.
like fictional nonfiction.
Okay.
Like the author is Laura, and this is like based on her life, like her actual life.
Okay.
Like she kind of wrote it as like fiction, but it's like telling everybody what kind of happened throughout her life.
Okay. So it's like an exaggerated version of her life, kind of.
Yeah, it's written like not as like an autobiography. Is that the one where you write it yourself? I think so.
I
I'm
don't
like,
know.
wait. We need to look up that. Hold on one second.
We don't spread false information here.
We try not to.
Yeah.
Yes, autobiography, account of a person's life written by that person.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like an autobiography, but it's not written like very, like the normal type.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you didn't know any better, you could be like, "Oh, this is just like a cute little fiction story of a girl growing up,"
Mm-hmm.
which I think is cool. A cool way to do like, this is how my life was growing up.
Fair.
This one is really short ish. I have like 4 pages of notes, front and back. Yeah, it's a really short little story, but I grew up with it obviously with the TV
Mm-hmm.
show, and
Oh.
then my mom, her family has like this really like first edition set.
Mm-hmm.
She got me my own set, but like the first edition is so cool. I love just seeing first editions. Like, is that a me thing?
No, I also love seeing it. I
Okay.
remind me later to send you. I went to the library yesterday and they had like a book sale going on. Like people donate books all the time and then they
Yeah.
do like a big.
Yeah.
So yesterday was bag day, so you can fill a bag of books for $4, and you can either $5. So you can either do a grocery bag, which they give you, or if you buy one of their bags, then it's $10, but you can bring it back next time they do it, and they do it biannually, and fill that bag for $5.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So of course I got their tote bag, fills it to the brim to the point where they're like, as long as it's like in the bag.
Yeah.
So I did that, and then also they had the giant box of books for like $5. So I saw this giant box and I pulled it out, and it's like, have you ever gotten those like one of those books where it's like werewolves as if it's like a history text, where it's like it seems like it's a mythical creature, but it's written as if like it's giving you like a reference guide kind of thing, like
Yeah, I think I know kind of what you're talking about. Yeah.
yeah. So I found a whole set of that. Not the whole set. Okay, it was missing like two
Oh my god.
books. And I was like, "Oh my God." Like I was like, "I need this." So
Yeah.
I grabbed it immediately. I saw it and I was like, "You're coming home with me." Perfect condition. Missing two of them. We went and looked up the set on Etsy. People are like selling it for like $600.
Oh my
I got it for
god.
$5 and it's in like mint condition.
Oh my god. Yes.
Yeah. So I found on Thrift Books the two books I was missing. and together they were like $16, and I ordered them.
Yes. Oh
Mhm.
my god, I love it. That's so
Mhm.
good. I
I got a
love those
bunch of
library book sales. They're so
yeah, me
good. You
too.
find so much good stuff.
I know, especially on bag day, and like a lot of people want just like the popular titles. They're not going for like collector's editions like I am. Like I
Uh-huh.
always beeline to collector's editions, and then I go back and like do
Yeah.
titles and stuff.
Yeah.
But oh, we got some good stuff. And then my for my sibling, my sister got them these like cowboys text and then the women text. And it was part of like this huge box set that was like $20, but they only wanted those two, so we just kind of split up the box set. But cowboys had it had a duplicate and it wasn't the complete box set anyways. So
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
yeah, so we grabbed those.
Oh, you find such good stuff. The last one I went to, I found um this book on wolves.
Hmm.
And like I was like, "Oh my god, I love this." Literally on the other side of the table, this is from like the 90s, I think it was published. There was an
Hmm.
ARC copy. Like unedited proof copy of the same book. I'm not even kidding. I was
I
like,
I'd
"Hello?"
get both. I'd be like, thank you. You're
I
coming home
did.
with me.
I did.
Yeah,
I'll
as you
send
should.
I'm writing myself a note. I'll send you a photo of it later. It was
Okay.
like, oh my god, I was like, and
Yeah.
like it looks different from like art copies now. Like art copies now, sometimes we'll have
Hmm.
the cover or like a fake cover kind of thing. It's like this like little bound book. It's so cute. And I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah,
It's so
literally.
good. So good.
Yeah, I love a good library sale.
Yes.
I'll go to them all the time.
They're so good. Like, oh my god. I've gotten so much good stuff from those. I get a lot of like reference books sometimes. 'Cause, like, those can
Hmm.
be expensive. And you go there and it's like, here you go. Like,
Hmm.
and they're usually like, oh, the one that I usually go to is like basically $1 a book. But they don't
Yeah.
really like stick to it. If you have like 20 books and you give them, if you have like 25 books, you give them $20. They're like, yeah, cool. But I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my God. So good.
Yeah, they do it. So they do it over 3 days. The first day, I think, is $1 a book. The next day is 50 cents a book. And then the last day is bag of books, $5.
That's awesome.
Hmm.
I love that so much. Oh my God.
Yeah, they have like little competitions of who can like fill their bag the most.
Uh huh.
And yeah, I got my photo taken yesterday, but I don't know if I've made it to their Facebook yet, but because
Oh
I
my
was like
God.
the reigning champion that morning. Let's see.
You have to send it to me if they do.
Yeah, I'm
Please.
looking. Nope, they didn't post me. I think someone beat me afterwards. This guy I think went right after me. So I lost.
Oh my God. They're
Yeah.
playing Jenga with the books.
Yeah, I didn't
Or
think to
Tetris, I guess.
two-hand it. Tetris, yeah. I didn't think to two-hand it like that, but there was a really good one for um last season. So they do it like now and in April.
Okay. That's really cool.
Yeah, let me see if I can find really quickly the person that did it last year. Yeah, this is the reigning champion in April.
Oh my God. Hey, if they get in there, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
I just love the vibe. I love the energy.
Uh-huh.
So,
It's good. It's so good.
yeah. All right, you ready to do this?
Yes. All right. So they live in Wisconsin. It's the 1870s. And there is Ma, Pa, Mary, Laura, and Carrie, who all live in a log house with no one else around. And they have Jack the bulldog and Pa's gun as their protectors. all I got.
Okay.
Because, it's like not like, now where it's like, oh, I can just go next door if I need help. It's like they're in the middle of
Hmm.
nowhere. No one's around for miles. That's what
Yep.
they got. So Laura says that she at one point got to see two wolves outside their door. I'm like, which for me, I'd be like, heck yeah.
Yeah, pretty cool.
I want to see that. So Pa goes and hunts deer so that they can save the meat for winter. And Laura and Ma both help Pa smoke it. I already know the between the Ma and Pa, I'm gonna get so like those are gonna become words at the end of this, and I'm gonna be like, they
Hmm.
don't exist.
Hmm. Hmm.
I've said it 4 times, and I'm already like, yep, I'm done. Okay.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So Pa goes to a lake and gets fish that they also salt and save. And their uncle Henry comes and helps Pa butcher their pig. And Mary and Laura get the bladder as a toy.
Ew.
It's
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
basically a
Telling you right
ball,
now,
you know?
if I ever had to go hunting, vegetarian.
Bitch. Oh my god.
I won't do it. Nope. It's not my cup of tea. It's not my thing. It's not my vibe. No. Mm-mm.
I do
Yeah, I know.
it.
Love that for you, girl.
Yep.
Could be me.
I like it because, like, there's a lot of ethical animal issues
Hmm.
with, like, the meat you buy at, like, a grocery store. And I'm like, if
Hmm.
I go take it myself, I know exactly how it's taken care of, you know, kind of
Yeah.
vibe.
I
My
mean,
brain is like, you're not finishing this thought. It's gone.
it's not.
Goodbye.
It's fair. It's like I don't judge you for doing that at all.
Yeah.
It's just I know I could never do it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Absolutely fair.
Yeah. So like if the end times come, I'll have to come visit you and be like, meat, please. Because I can't. I
I'll be like,
can't do
please.
it. Please, I'm starving.
I will do other things. You go hunt.
Yeah. I can be the gatherer. I cannot be the hunter. I'm not
Excellent.
made for
Okay.
it.
Okay.
I
So
can grow a great farm.
there you go. I'll go out hunting all the time and you can
Hmm.
garden. Excellent.
Hmm. Hmm.
Perfect. Glad we
Yep.
sorted that.
Dead.
We're prepared. It's fine.
Yeah, it's great.
So Mary has a doll that is named Nettie, and Laura has a corn cob named Susan.
Okay.
it's,
All right.
uh, it's so funny because it's like I get it. It's one of those like older times. It's not like you can just go to like Walmart and buy your
Mm-hmm.
kid something, but it's just so funny that it's a corn cob.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, like, did they dry it out or anything? Or like, is this just gonna get moldy soon?
I'm assuming it's probably like a dried out one,
Okay.
and then
So many questions about this.
she just like dressed it up or something,
How wild.
right? So Pa tells stories at night and plays his fiddle for them to go to sleep by. And then Pa comes home with a bear and a pig. The bear had just killed the pig, so Pa killed the bear.
Okay.
I'm like, he went out hunting, found a boar who's already dead from the bear. So he's like, perfect, kills the bear too. Double the meat. One hunting trip.
Okay. Do people eat bear?
Yeah, yeah. I've had bear.
I don't like that. That makes me sad.
Gotta eat what you can.
We're really showing the ways we grow up right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. City girl.
Me living in the middle of nowhere,
Hmm.
going hunting at like age 3.
Yeah. And then I'm like,
they
suburb girl.
they used to have it here that you couldn't like hunt as a kid until you're age 10. And
Hmm.
now as long as you're with a parent until like I think it's like 16 or something, and then you have to take your hunter safety course. Might be a little earlier. You can go hunting with a parent at any age.
That's wild.
Yep.
Mm. Mm-mm.
So
Mm-mm.
we went to bear camp and like there was like 8-year-olds going hunting.
Bear camp?
Yeah.
I'm dead.
It's a
That's so funny.
it's these people, they have this camp in the woods
Hmm.
and they like bear bait in the area, and so their little camp they call it bear camp.
All right. This is so funny.
So yeah.
Yeah. I no. Think so. But I also won't go camping. So
Yeah.
like I like going for hikes. I like being in nature for a couple hours
Yeah.
and then I'll go home.
I'm like, get me as far out in the woods as I can. I don't want to see people ever. Goodbye.
No. I think I would die, actually. I think
Yeah.
if you stuck me in a cabin in the woods, like I'd be cool for like 48 hours and then I'd be like, I think I will die here.
Is it bad that my brain just went, at least it'll be peaceful out there?
Yeah, I'm not made for the hermit life.
So Laura and Mary help around the house with chores. Laura likes baking and churning the best. When Pa gets home, he plays games with Mary and Laura, and he tells them a story about their grandpa and a panther and how he'd never leave his gun at home.
What happened? Do we get to know what happened?
I I don't know if it said because I don't have it written down, and I feel like
Dang.
I would have written that down.
Yeah.
I think if it said, it probably was just like he got attacked and didn't have his gun
Mm.
or something, but I don't think it said much.
I just are panthers like in the wild in like the north?
I don't think it's technically a panther. I think it's probably a cougar.
Okay. I was gonna say I did not think panthers were in Native of North America. I don't know. Maybe they are.
Panther is either of two mammals of the cat family, the leopard or the puma.
Yeah.
So it's a cougar.
Okay.
So
Or a mountain lion.
that's a cougar.
A mountain lion's a cougar?
Yeah. Depending on where you live, it's either mountain
Okay.
lion, cougar, or puma.
That's so funny because I was literally about to go Google cougar to figure out what you were talking about, and I was like, maybe it's a mountain lion too, because I assumed they were two different things.
Nope.
Iconic. Anyways.
Yeah, I thought that too for the longest time when I was little because then people would be like, "Oh, I saw a mountain lion," and they'd be like, "Oh, look at this cougar," and I was like,
Hmm.
"Okay," and then I'm like, "Oh, it's just basically a if you live in a certain area, you kind of call it a different thing."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Okay, that makes sense."
Yeah.
And then I learned a panther isn't really a real thing; it's either a leopard or a cougar, and I'm like, "Wow, my life is a
Leopard or
lie."
puma.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, my life's a lie. It's fine."
Love that. Thanks.
Like a Black Panther is just like melanistic leopard. And I'm like, bruh, thought it was its own thing.
Oh, I don't like that.
So
Hmm.
my life's a lie, it's fine. I'm sorry I had to ruin your life.
Mm. Okay. Thanks. Thanks for that.
You're welcome.
Okay.
So Laura and Mary help Pa make bullets, and he leaves the loaded gun above the door in case it's needed quickly. Like they have like a rack above the door, and they have the gun there just in case. Like
Do they have that
grab
many like neighbors? Like who's coming?
nobody. There's like no neighbors.
Yeah, but like why does why does he need to write above the door? Like who's showing up?
The bears,
Oh,
the cougars.
yeah. No, don't leave me in the wild. I'll die.
So they're not like actually like a big like. That was
Well,
weird. There's like a weird bark outside the window. I said it's not a big, and then roof, and I'm like, sorry, God.
yeah, offended.
It's more so of like if they're coming to get like the chickens kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Like animals in the wild really aren't gonna do anything to you. They're more
Yeah.
scared of you. Like the whole like they're more scared of you than you are of them.
Hmm.
That's true. You
Yeah.
see like a bear in the woods, and if you've seen it and they probably have no idea you're there. The minute they see you, they're like, "Ugh, gotta go by."
Deuces. I'm outie.
Especially like black bears. Like those ones are very like, peace, I'm out.
Hmm.
Grizzlies are a little less so, but like even so, they're still not gonna like come at you if they don't have to.
Fair.
So yeah.
Fair enough.
So Pa tells the girls a story to always mind what they are told because they are told things for a reason. It's basically like if I tell you don't do this, there's a reason I'm telling you don't do it.
Yeah.
So they prep for Christmas. Pa makes Ma a shelf. Uncle Peter, Aunt Eliza, Peter, Alice, and Ella are coming to visit. The cousins all play outside in the snow. Um, Laura listens to Peter and Eliza tell a story about how their dog protected them from a panther. Good dog.
Hmm.
We love a good guard dog,
Good pop.
right? Oh, my voice.
Oh,
My voice said bye. So it's Christmas morning and Santa showed up. Woohoo!
cute.
The kids got new mittens and peppermint candy, and Laura got her very own doll, which she names Charlotte.
Oh.
More
Oh.
corn cob.
Deuce's corn cob. Susan the corn cob.
Right?
Get outie.
So their family stays for the morning and then they head back home. So Saturdays are bath days. They spend the
Oh.
day basically bathing. Everyone gets clean. Sundays are for rest and reading the Bible.
Okay.
Laura struggles at not playing on Sunday and gets in trouble with Pa, but he tells her a story instead of punishing her. And the story is Grandpa and his brothers took a sled out to play one Sunday afternoon. They got in trouble, but Pa says it's a lot easier to be good than it was because girls weren't even allowed to sled on regular days.
Hmm.
And I'm like, I don't know how that makes it easier to be good because, you still want to play, but okay.
Yeah.
So then it's Laura's birthday. Pa gives her a wooden man. Ma gives her like little cakes.
Aw.
Like I'm like, ooh, those sound good. And Mary gives her a new dress for Charlotte, and Pa plays the fiddle for her.
Cute.
Right? I'm like, that's a cute little birthday.
Love the moment. Love the vibe.
Right? So Pa goes to bring all the winter furs to town when spring comes. He says he will be back by dark. Dark comes and he is not back.
Oh.
So Ma and Laura go to milk the cow, and Suki, the cow, is surprisingly right at the gate. So Ma tries to open the gate and Suki won't move, so she gives her a slap to try and like get her to move. And Laura sees in the light of the lantern that this isn't Suki. Suki has brown hair, and this is black shaggy fur.
Oh.
I just love your face, like trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Oh my
Confused.
god. The facial expression, so good.
I know. My face is like very expressive. On like my I cannot hide anything on my face.
It's so good. I sometimes will just like say something and like look and be like waiting
I'm
for
just,
the reaction
yeah, I'm
because I
just
know
like
there's gonna be something.
processing.
Yep. So Ma tells Laura to go back to the house. The two walk back to the house, and about halfway there, Ma grabs Laura and runs. It was a bear.
Um, all right. No. Bears don't look like cows. What are
It's
y'all
dark.
smoking?
Remember, it's dark.
Yeah, but like not that dark. I don't know if it's ever gonna be dark enough for me to confuse a bear and a cow.
Have you ever been out in the middle of the woods with no light at dark?
You know the answer to that question.
That's a no. Ma'am.
Wh- When do you think I live in Florida? What woods?
Yeah. If
The
it's like you can't see hardly anything. You can see like silhouettes
mm-mm,
at best.
mm-mm. The only time I was in the woods, I used to do JRTC in high school, so we had to do camp out. We didn't have to, but we did camp out, and then we also had like it's called JCLC
Mhm.
for a weekend. So those are the only times I was out in the woods at night, and they were like, "We're gonna go play manhunt." And oh, I can't finish that story. Actually, just kidding. Never mind. I remembered who I was talking to, so never mind. Um,
Oh, spiders.
yep,
Okay.
yep, yep. Never mind. Um, but yeah, so I was like, I did not do woods at night because there's Florida. No, mm-mm.
I mean I wouldn't do Florida woods at night, but that's just because you guys have a lot of poisonous stuff or
Yeah,
venomous stuff.
yeah. Like a bear is not really a problem, but like you could step on a snake.
Yep.
Yep.
That'd be my
And
worry. I'd be like, no
yeah.
thanks. My dad
I,
lived in Mississippi and he's like, I didn't like going anywhere. We'd go play and he's like, oh yeah, you'd have to constantly watch what you're doing and where you're going and
hmm.
he's like, up here you just like walk through the woods and hope that you don't fall in a hole. Like
Yeah.
it's a lot that better.
Yeah. Listen, there's like fire ants and stuff, and it's just like, oh
Yeah.
no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I want to travel and like the whole southern half of the country. I'm like, I don't know if I want to visit you.
Honestly, it's not like as much of a daily problem, especially where I live now. Where I did live last year was more of a daily problem, but here not so much.
That's why I'm like, I don't know. Like every once in a while I'll see videos on the internet and I'm like, you know what? I can go to Canada. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'll
Like
just go farther north.
you can come visit me, but we won't be hiking in any woods. So
Okay.
there's a couple like cute little state parks we can go to, and we could go to the springs.
Yeah.
But you're not going to the woods.
Okay.
Hate to break it to you, buddy.
No, that's
No.
fine. Like,
Yeah.
there's stuff in your woods. I'm not dealing with the eight-leggeds. Thank you.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
I wanted to visit Australia, and that's gone. You are not dragging me to Australia. Good luck.
Mhm.
I'm like, I'm
Mhm.
done.
Yeah.
Nope, gone. It's fine. I don't need to go. We're done.
Nope. I want to see New Zealand really bad though. That's
I
like
want
on
to
my
know if
bucket
they
list.
have anything there, but I don't want to look it up.
Do you want me to tell you?
Sure.
Let's see.
Ugh. I literally like every time I bring up this topic, I'm like, I feel like something's gonna grab me underneath my desk. So I'm like,
I know.
uh
Mm,
is that a no? Am I not going there either?
I don't think you're going.
Okay, that's fine. I'll go to like Europe. Europe was probably okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, there's enough of the United States to see anyway that like I might be fine just going through the US.
Yeah. Whenever you go to Michigan, I will send you a guide of things to do and then
Okay.
send you photos of.
I want to go to is it like Mackinac Island or something?
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
go. We should. I want to do a writer's retreat on there one day. I think
That'd
that would
be
be a lot of
fun.
fun.
That would be so much fun.
Yeah.
So when they get back inside, Ma feeds the girls and she reassures them that Pa will be home in the morning. Pa is there in the morning. He brought them candy and fabric for them to make dresses. There are some bear claw marks on the barn, but all the animals inside were safe. So he tells Mary and Laura about his journey. It took him a while to sell all his furs, but he finally did and headed home. It got dark, and he turned a corner and saw a bear. So he began yelling at it to scare it, and the bear was like perfectly still. So Pa picks up a branch and swings it at the bear. He hits it and realizes that it's a stump.
Okay. I don't. Hmm. No. If you're telling me I can't tell the difference between a bear and a stump in the woods at night, I'm not going. I'm not going. No.
I've shot a tuft of grass thinking it was a bird, so like in the daytime. The
Have you gotten your
vegetation is
glasses
okay
checked?
here.
I'm dead. Oh my god.
It's hard, like, if it's like driving along
Hmm.
in the woods, because obviously I work in the woods, and you like looking out, like there'll be stumps and stuff, and you're like, is that an animal? Like in the
Yeah,
daytime, you're like, wait. And so you're like looking at it, and like sometimes you have to wait and see like a minute or two to see if it moves, and then like if it's still standing there, you're like, okay, that's probably a stump.
that's wild.
The nature is out here to trick you. It's fine.
Very casual. Very casual.
Yeah. So spring is coming, but Laura wakes up to more snow. The sugar snow. She asks Pa why it's the sugar snow, but he has to go hurry over to Grandpa's. He comes home with maple syrup and sugar. Maple syrup season, baby.
Yum.
So he explains how maple sugar is made and that the sugar snow allows them to get more sap, which means more sugar. Pa then says that Grandpa will be hosting a dance and they will all be attending.
Who's who's going to the dance? Like, is it just the family? Like,
I think it did I think it's like their family, yeah, and maybe like some
okay.
townspeople. Well,
How
like, it's
far
mostly
outside of
family.
town are they?
Um, I think it's like a few hour walk to like the main town, is what it had said. Because Pa went
Oh,
one day, walked to town, and then he came back that evening.
do they not have like a horse?
I don't know if they have a horse right now. They might.
I feel like it's a little silly if you live that far out of town not to have a horse.
I think they do. I think in the winter it was just easier to go on snowshoes.
Okay,
Because if it's too deep, like, a horse's foot is only so big, like it's gonna sink right through the snow pretty easy. So you on
that's
like a
fair.
big snowshoe versus the horse, you're gonna get around a lot easier than the horse is.
The snowshoe, the thing that kind of looks like a tennis racket.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Do people still use those?
Yes. They don't look like the tennis racket anymore. They look a little different usually.
hmm
They're more like easier to wear, and they also tend to have like now cleats on them, like picks that
Okay.
go down, so like if you're walking on ice or like harder snow, it kind of grabs in. But yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Learning so much today.
There are places that have like full on like snowshoeing trails, and like people will go like snowshoe like hikes kind of thing. So
Interesting.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you'd be hard pressed to get me out in the snow hiking, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a cold weather girl.
Sometimes you get like really warm weather in the middle of winter.
hmm
And so like there's been days my friend in high school literally went skiing in a bikini. It was so warm, but there was so much snow.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Mm. The only time you will catch me doing like outdoor festivities in the snow is I will sit in a hot tub in the snow.
That's fair. That's fair.
I'm not a snow girl.
I
Not
am
made for
very
it.
I'm very much a snow. I love it. I love
I know.
winter. I'm a winter person.
Yeah, no.
So,
I like a nice brisk fall.
yes, fall is ultimate.
Yeah, but
No
like it's
contest.
winter. Yeah, winter. Mm-mm.
I love winter.
Like I don't think you will ever see me in Maine in the winter.
No. Okay.
Yeah, because like your guys' fall is already a little too cold for me.
What, you don't want 40 degrees? It's literally
I'll be
40
wearing a
today.
snow jacket. Everyone's gonna know I'm a tourist.
That's okay. We went
Yeah,
to
because you.
Florida in March and everyone knew we were tourists.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So, it's pretty obvious when we're walking around in like tank tops and shorts and everyone's in like their winter coat and it's 60
Mhm.
degrees.
Mhm. Listen.
So,
Mm.
someone tried to tell one of the girls, she's like, "Oh, make sure all your friends bring like warm clothes because it's going to be freezing." And we were like, "No, no, it's not.
Listen,
This is
when people
nice."
come to visit, I just tell them the temperature it is, and they can decide if that's cold for them or not.
Right?
I'm like, it'll average about 60, just so you know, the whole time you're here. And then you're like, okay. And they show up in like shorts. And I'm like, mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm.
Me. I literally sometimes will take the dog out when it's like 30 in like shorts and a sweatshirt.
Love that for you.
They all get up early to go to Grandpa's for the dance. Pa goes out with Grandpa and Uncle George to go make syrup. Laura helps out inside and also plays with Mary. After supper, they all get ready to dance. People begin to arrive and line their babies up on one of the beds. Like, we're just gonna put the babies on a bed, like, they're fine, they're taken care of.
Wild. But okay.
Another Laura Ingalls is there, and she and Laura argue over whose baby sister is cuter.
Slay.
So Pa plays his fiddle and everyone dances. Uncle George dances with Laura. Grandma is mixing hot syrup. So Uncle George and Grandma end up having a dance battle, and she wins, as she should.
As she should, truly.
They all get to eat taffy, which is hot maple syrup poured on snow. Ultimate, ultimate.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
That's why you gotta come up to me in like March, April, because then you can
I know.
try like taffy. That's when like spring's happening. There's still snow on the ground, but like the weather's like anywhere from like 40 to sometimes 70 because global warming.
I don't know how I feel about eating like snow, to be real.
Well, you don't eat the snow. You put
I
like
don't
snow
understand.
out in a pan, clean snow. You put it out. You heat
Okay.
up the maple syrup, and
Hmm.
once it's a certain like temperature, you pour it on the snow, and it basically like hardens into like like soft candy on the snow.
Okay. I'd be willing to try that.
It's really good.
Okay.
It's so good. Yep. So
Very. I'm intrigued.
yeah, a lot of the because we have Maine maple Sunday. A lot of the syrup houses will do like taffy for people if there's been a fresh snow.
Oh,
You can do it on ice, but it doesn't work as well. So
fair enough.
yeah.
I'm intrigued. Well, to be determined.
Possibility.
Possibility. I also just really need to get more apple cider donuts in my life. I recently
Mm,
found out I can get them shipped to my house, so
there you go.
yeah.
Excellent.
Hmm.
Absolutely excellent. That's how
We've
you
been
do it.
talking about how the Florida apples, they're still giving us last year's apples instead of the new ones. So
Mhm.
they're all like mealy and kind of gross.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
so we're trying to see if we can get apples shipped to our house.
Yeah. You, it's nice because it's like they're kind of getting out of season now up here.
Yeah.
It's like the last little bit, but a lot of like the orchards they have a way to like they don't like freeze them, but they get them to a certain temperature that basically they just like stay in the same state for so long that they can go like
Hmm.
through the winter without them going mealy. And I'm like,
Oh, nice.
excellent. So you can be getting like fresh apples in like
Hmm.
February.
Oh,
Yeah.
love that.
So Laura falls asleep and wakes the next morning before they have to head home. So then spring has come. Laura and Mary play outside, and Pa says that they can go to town with him. They go to Pepin, which is the town,
Hmm.
and they meet the storekeeper who comments on Mary's blonde hair. Laura has dirt brown hair and says her curls are ugly and brown. She's very jealous of like Mary.
Oh,
Yeah. So Ma and Pa buy things and the storekeeper gives Laura and Mary candy. They go to the lakeshore to eat and Laura and Mary play. Laura picks up all the pretty stones that she can find. Me.
5.
Finding all the fun stones along the shore. When she gets in the wagon, she cries because her pocket rips. Ma assures her that she can fix the pocket and tells her to pick up her pebbles. And Laura becomes more jealous of Mary because Mary is always a good little girl. And Laura's like, trouble child.
What's up with the sister jealousy going on right now? I don't like it.
Mm. I like I don't know. I feel like it might be a times thing of like Mary is very what you'd expect from like a girl,
Mhm.
and Laura is just like free spirit,
Yeah.
independent. And so she's like, obviously everyone's fawning over Mary because like that's what you're expected to be.
Mhm.
And Laura's like, well, I'm not that. I don't have the
Yeah.
pretty blonde hair. I'm not the good little girl. Like,
Mhm.
and like the brown hair, especially, you can't just change it. And you can't just change your personality either.
Yeah.
So, so summertime brings visitors. So the Petersons move in nearby. The woman is from Sweden, and Laura and Mary like going to visit and see all her things. And she always gives them cookies. I'm like, yep, that would be the way to get me to come visit you. You give me cookies all the time? Heck yes.
One hundo.
So a couple comes and visits with a little girl and boy. The girl plays with Mary, and Laura plays with the boy and wishes that she was a boy.
Sad.
Right? I'm like, aw,
Oh.
poor girl. I was like, I get it because like when I was little, everyone's like, why don't you wear dresses and play with dolls? And I'm like, but running around and jumping off the rocks and rolling in the leaves, like, why do I want to do anything else? Like, I don't want to play
Literally.
with dolls in the house when I can be running around and making mud soup.
Mhm. Mhm. I mean, vibe though. I remember um, when I was little and I'd make like mud pie.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I love to see like what you could put in it to like change like the color or like the texture. And then
Mhm.
like I'd make them all across the driveway and then just be like little like piles of stuff. I'd be like, oh,
Yeah.
that one has grass. That one has rocks. That one I stripped the leaves off the tree.
When I was little, my grandparents lived on this lake, and we'd like, uh, and it was a Michigan lake, so you can actually swim in it.
Yep.
So I'd like make mud pies, and then they had a kiddie pool, and I
Uh-huh.
used to fill it with water, and then put all the fish I catch for the day in the kiddie pool.
Yes. Oh my god, I love that.
So then I had my own little aquarium, but then I put them back at the end of the day.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. It's just like they're mildly traumatized for a couple hours, and then
Oh my god. That's like adorable though. That's what you used to do. Here you go.
mhm. Mhm.
Oh my god, I love it. So Laura gets in trouble for slapping her sister. And later on she asks what Paw prefers and he says that um he has brown hair which makes Laura feel better. So Pa goes to head to Uncle Henry's one day but comes back for all their pails and wash tub. He has found a beehive. So he returns with as many pails and buckets filled with honey as he can. And the tree he had found was loaded, so he took as much as he could.
Nice.
I'm like, heck yeah, get it,
As you should.
right? So Uncle Henry's family and Paws help each other come harvest time. So we're getting into fall now.
Mhm.
Uncle Henry's boy is a spoiled child. They ask him to help with the harvest, and he just makes trouble for them. He ends
Mm.
up getting into a yellow jacket's nest and getting stung all over.
Nice.
Like, ouch.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
Those, I, no. Yellow
No, I've
jackets are
never
just a
been.
no. I have not been stung by one, but like, everyone's like, don't do it. It's really bad. I've been stung by bees,
Yeah.
and that was
Mhm.
enough. And they're like, yeah, it's a lot worse. I'm like, yep, we're good. We're
Yo.
good.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Um, So Ma makes hats, and Laura learns by watching so she can make Charlotte a hat.
Cute.
People bring over a big machine to take care of the wheat harvest. It takes 8 horses to power it. And later, whoa. Don't skip the whole story. Where are you going? Fine.
Oh, do you zip?
Yeah, I skipped way down the page.
Be like that. It'd be like that.
So Laura and Mary watch them using this like machine.
Hmm.
And later on, Pa talks about how much he's for progression if it means machines like this can make their job easier.
Boy, do I have some good news for you.
Right? I'm like, I literally had a discussion with someone the other day, and I was like, if you took someone from like the revolution time and put them in today's time, what would they think? Because, like, look how much
Yeah.
has changed just since we were like kids.
Hmm.
Like, there are days I'm like, how is this a thing? And we're like
Yeah.
20s. Like, it's been 20 years. Like, now you think 200 and something.
Hmm.
Cars weren't a thing, planes weren't a thing. Electricity, I don't even think was a thing at that point.
Yeah, that's wild.
Like, the amount of things that would change. It's crazy.
Hmm.
Refrigeration. Guess what? You don't
Yeah.
gotta go hunting all like in the fall with smoke stuff for all winter. It's called a
Crazy.
refrigerator.
Yeah, it's wild.
So Pa goes hunting for a deer, and he doesn't come back with anything, and he tells Laura what happened. While he was sitting there, a big deer came into the area, but something about it Pa just couldn't shoot. A little while later, a bear came by and he had the exact same reaction. He just like couldn't shoot it. And then a doe and a fawn came by next, and once again, Pa was like, I can't do it. So he got down and went home. The girls were really happy about it and said that they could eat other things.
Okay.
So
Weird, but okay.
that's like one of the things about like hunting of like people like I feel like when people talk about hunting, people get it confused with poaching a lot.
Hmm.
But it's like there's like a respect in hunting too.
Yeah.
That like I know people who go out and they're like, oh yeah, I saw like this massive like 10-point buck today and I just sat and watched it. Like I just
Fair
couldn't
enough.
do it. So
Fair enough.
like I know hunters who run wildlife rehab centers. Yeah.
This doesn't make sense to me.
So it's like that it's a respect thing of like, you think animals in the wild, like they don't kill anything unless they have to.
Hmm.
And so it's kind of like the same thing of, people still hunt for food and whatnot. And there's still that level of respect there of, you're still taking something's life.
Yeah. I just like for me that's why I could never do it.
Yeah.
So I don't understand like the choosing of some days you can, some days you can't. But like I just think it's probably one of those things. It's just because I've never been in that situation that it doesn't that
Yeah.
feeling shifting doesn't really make sense to me. But I don't
Yeah.
know.
Most of the time, your adrenaline kind of kicks in
Hmm.
and you're like, oh my God. And it's like just overwhelmed kind of feeling.
Hmm.
But yeah, you sometimes get like a nah.
Fair enough. I'll take your word for it because I'll never be in that situation.
And so the book ends with Laura falling asleep listening to Pa's fiddle.
Oh,
So
adorable, but also I'm confused about this book. But I
what?
guess it's because it's a biography,
Yeah.
Like it just didn't feel like there was like a climax, really.
Yeah, not really.
Yeah. But like I think I forgot that it's a autobiography.
Yeah. It's kind of more of just like just kind of calm, like going through the year. You kind of like follow her through the year together. Like there's obviously points of like, oh, this is a cool thing. Oh, this is a cool thing.
Yeah.
So
It's cute.
it is. It's a whole like little series, which is pretty cute. I feel like more happens when she gets a little older.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's like 6
Mm.
ish. Don't quote me on that. Um, the next one they move to the prairie, and that kind of is where I think it picks up, at least from what I remember
Okay.
reading it. The third book ends up being is like completely about her husband, his life as a kid, and then it goes back to like the next couple are like her life, and then it's like meeting him, and like the last one's literally like 100 pages, and it's basically like this is what happened after we got married.
Oh,
So,
that's cute.
but yeah, it's a cute little way to have like a this is my life.
Oh, I liked it. I enjoyed hearing you talk about it.
Yeah, it's really cute. So,
But that's all we have for today. You can find us at Novel Nostalgia Pod on pretty much everything, or go to novelnostalgiapod.com to see our website and get links to all of our things. But we'll see you in 2 weeks with Shiver.
yes.
Yeah. We'll catch you all in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.